All right, all right. We are back, Soaring Wing Show. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but we are back in
We're
full
back.
effect, ready to kill the rest of this season. I hope all is well with you guys. Thank you for tuning in, Soaring Wing Show on the W-insidr network.
I'm Dorothy J. Gentry at Dorothy J. Gentry on Twitter, and y'all already know Instagram.
Yep, I am at WNBA Love, Arie Graham on Twitter, and WNBA underscore love on Instagram. I got to get used to that. I'm still trying to step up my Instagram game. So it's good to be back, Dorothy.
Yes,
I know
it
we've been away, but we've been busy.
We most definitely have been. Glad to be here, ready to get going.
Yes, yes, indeed. All right, so this is the Malice of Dallas. So welcome to the Malice of Dallas episode. Now I know that this hasn't been the ideal season for our Wings. We're sitting at 6-16, currently in 11th place. We are recording on August 5th on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So the Wings are about to go on the road. We've yet to win a road game, but I want you guys to know that the Malice of Dallas isn't necessarily a bad thing regarding the Wings, just because the team is very dangerous. They still play with a lot of hustle, a lot of heart. They are still very strong defensively. The struggles have just been there offensively, but the team appears to be getting more comfortable. They are learning things. They are moving the ball a little bit more. It's just that when things get tight, they're young, they're inexperienced. It kind of catches them up in the end a little bit. But the Malice of Dallas is really just saying how the Wings have an opportunity to ruin some playoff seeding for some teams.
Don't sleep.
Yeah, do not sleep. Do not take Dallas lightly, whether they are coming to you or you're coming to them, especially at home.
Right.
They are very tough at home. So if we do not make the playoffs, which there's still a chance, we're only 4 games out, we might be able to get in, especially with Seattle and Minnesota, falling the way that they have here recently. We still have a chance to get in, but if not, we do have an opportunity to force some teams into a playoff. That one and done, they can mess up teams getting bye weeks. So do not take Dallas lightly. You've been warned, okay?
Spoiler.
Yes. Yes. So that's where the title. Yeah, that's where the title has come from. The Wings have shown some really good pieces. It's just they haven't had enough time to put it together. With the schedule, it's hard to get that practice time in. You have these tough losses that the young team has to try and forget and move on and try and get these things going. So, like I said, they still have an opportunity. The Malice of Dallas, they're going to oppose some ill will on some other teams. So
you heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Just be on the lookout, okay? So, given the state where we are, they're about to go on the road. Do you see them beating the Storm or the Mercury coming up here?
We've had some really close games. The past, 3 or 4 games have been decided by about a total of like 14 points. 2 or 3 point losses, 5-point loss. Single digit right there, one more possession, one more play, and we would have had the win. So I see us getting at least one of these on the road. We have to get our first road win. And we have Thursday we have the Storm coming up. Then we have Seattle, then we have the Mercury. I see one of those. I'm going to go ahead and call it. As you said, the Storm, they have had some struggles here lately. Let's capitalize on it. One thing I do like is their never say die attitude. So as they prepare to go on the road for a couple of games, I see them get one.
Yeah, as tough as the season has been, there has not been any quit in this team. The locker room has still been very positive. They are hustling. Kayla Davis is still locking down the defenders. Whoever is the best on the team, Alicia Gray has been having a good season. And it's kind of, I don't know why it's been kind of low key. Like, not enough people are talking about Alicia Gray.
Saturday night she had, how many assists was that? 9?
9.
9 assists. She had 13 points, and she was diving and sliding across the court and stealing the ball and just, she was making it do what it do, basically.
Yeah.
Out there on that court. Her and Kayla Thornton.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Kayla Davis, she can always be counted upon. She had a really good game. And that monster block that made
Sports Center. Get big, Kayla. Get big.
Kayla Davis.
Yeah, no, that was really good to see. And it's always good that, whenever things like that happen, that it makes the mainstream news. Like, they should be in the news every night, whether it's Dallas Wings, anybody from the WNBA, because there's always some intense action that's going on the road that needs to be focused on. But with our team, like Kayla, Alicia, Thornton Davis, I really like that they're using Kayla Davis at the point more, just because she is much taller than the guards on the opposing team. So defensively, it's been a little bit of a struggle because we are a little bit longer on the perimeter, and it's tough for teams. And with Kayla Thornton, Alicia Gray, they have some of the most active hands.
They really do.
They do.
It's like, all of a sudden, wait, she has the ball?
Yeah.
When did she steal the ball?
So. Yeah.
But who's been coming along is Megan.
Yes. Shout out to Megan Gustafson. She has been getting some extended minutes and making making the most of it. She's dropped a little weight, like she's worked her way into shape. The game seems to be, catching up to her. It's not as fast, and she's bodying up. It don't matter who it is. She's down there on that block, fighting, getting those boards, and I really like what I'm seeing from her. And I'm
so funny. The other day after I think it was the Liberty game, one of the games I was at home, and she tweeted out. She said, "I counted 10 scratches and three something." After that game last night, that shows us how physical she has been. And again, she's not backing away from the challenge. Her confidence is up. You can tell. She's feeling it.
Yeah. In the game against New York, she's going up against one of the best in the league, and Tina Charles, and she was not afraid to body her up, box her out, get those boards. Like, she was fighting, and I love it.
She had an and one over Tina Charles. Tina was all over her, and Megan just shook her off, hit the basket, and got the foul, and got the and one. I was like, okay, Megan, we see you. We see you.
And talking about just her tweets and stuff, like, Agler is taking notice as well. He pointed it out on Twitter, gave her a shout out about how she's not playing for herself, she's playing for Dallas. And that's that mentality that's going from her throughout the whole locker room. And it's just really great to see.
What's also great to see is, I know earlier in the year, Skylar Diggins-Smith was on the sidelines, and then she went missing for about 4 or 5 games. But she's been back regularly the past 3 home games. She's been there on the side. She's been in the huddle during the timeouts, giving her thoughts and whatnot. So I think that's great.
No, it is really good to have that leadership on the sidelines, just because the team is so young. Like, I really wish that we had Skylar on the court, because I just think that the team would just be on another level, and we would already be in the playoff hunt if we had her leadership on the floor. But she's still continuing to work her way back,
And as Arie and Taylor too, shout out to them, because they're there every game as well. With their injuries and crutches and all that. And
but it just goes to show that support is all there. They're all about the team, and the Wings are ready to get it to improve. So what are some of the ways, we know that the team has a defensive identity, so what are some of the ways that you think that the team can improve?
Well, one of my biggest, I think everybody, is that you got to close out these games. It's like they're right there, and all of a sudden, as I think you said earlier, it's a default system or situation that occurs. Close out the games, close them out. Saturday's game was 30 seconds left, and I think they were tied, or it was one point difference, and just a series of miscues, a couple of mistakes, and bam, 75-70 loss. So closing out those games, the better passes. I do like how their shot clock mismatches that they were struggling with earlier. That's gotten better.
Yes.
I haven't seen as much of that. They need to get to the line more too. They've got to get some fouls. It's also a ref situation.
Yeah, I know, Agler. He wanted to say more about that on Saturday night, but you can't, But I'm gonna say it for him. Okay, we are not getting the calls that we're supposed to. The trips to the line has been completely unbalanced for the majority of the season. I'm just now starting to see Enrique get the calls a little bit when she goes to the basket, but everyone else, it's just not happening. I mean, you got people getting slapped in the face, everything else, and we're just not getting the calls, and we're having to play through that. But also, it's like when you are attacking and you're expecting to get the foul and you don't, it's like, we wanted those points. We were trying to get to the line, and that affects us.
mentally. So they have to shake that off, that frustration. It can be seen on their faces sometimes, but you can't let it get to you. You have to go on back out to the end of the court.
Yeah. And you mentioned the shot clock management has been better. I've noticed that they're making it more difficult for other teams. There have been more shot clock violations on the opposing teams. So, I mean, that defensive effort is still there. It's just if we can get to passing the ball better, moving the ball better, just making that extra pass, just whipping it around. When the shot clock is low, like I said, they kind of go into a default mode. Enrique is dribbling, or whoever has the ball is dribbling and trying to find an open person. The ball will get thrown out, and it's just miscues offensively when things get taken away from what they've been practicing.
Right.
So,
but the execution is a lot better.
It is, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. I mean, we're down to the last 12 games, only 4 games out of the playoff spot, but we got some tough matches coming up. I mean, there's still
out of those, excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but out of those 12 games that are left, we only have 4 at home. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
5 at home.
And we've had our struggles on the road. So
we need to win. The Wings need to try to win on the road. There's a sense of urgency there, most definitely.
And on the road, we have Connecticut twice, Minnesota, Chicago's had our number, and we have Washington, and those are not going to be easy matches on the road. But I think that they'll be able to get through it. I mean, they just got to keep playing, plugging away.
We did beat Connecticut at home. And that was when Connecticut was at the top of the standings. At that point, they were like 9-4 or something. So and we beat them at that point. So
yeah, I mean, if we can get it done. I mean, I feel like once they get that first win on the road, the monkey will be off the back. They can breathe a little bit. There's not so much pressure when we're traveling, just because that record, they haven't won a road game since July of 2018. So that's saying something. I mean, that's with Liz on the team. So it's going to take some time to get it done. I mean, they just haven't had the time to get it. The offense, the waning in the last few minutes, it just comes with being a young team. But I think that, under Agler, he's laying a great foundation. So I really like what I'm seeing from there. And eventually, they'll get it done. So, all right, we have been on a little bit of a break. All-Star has come and gone. But the Dallas Wings didn't have any representation. Not one player was on there. And usually, they usually make it a point to have one player from each team. So I'm not sure why they went away from that. I remember there was one year where Sue Bird was added just so they can have someone from Seattle. And I'm just like, well, how come we couldn't get the same thing from Dallas? I understand Fisi Collier had more votes, the 13K, Connecticut and Minnesota, they all came strong and all of that, but they're still.
I don't know. I think that having 3 or 4 from one team on the All-Star. That's just me. I mean, life's not fair either, but that's just what I think. I think that 2 max. Give somebody else an opportunity.
Right.
But 3, 4, 3 or 4 people from one team. I think it's a bit much. I mean, if there's already not enough, I guess, visibility, or we're starting to put visibility in the league as it is, and you see only the same few players, then the ones you don't really see all that much, they never really get to grow their game, with a trip to the All-Star game, with the, or with an endorsement, something like that. So having 3 or 4 players representing on the All-Star roster, I just think it's too many.
Yeah.
I would, me personally, nobody asked me, but I would cut it at 2.
Yeah. No, this is our show. I'm asking you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for asking me. I would cut it at 2.
Yeah, let's put that out there. Like there should be at least one player from every team. Yeah. Period.
Spread the love.
Yeah, put it out there, because I feel like if Enrique was out there, there would have been a little bit more showboating, a little bit more gloss. But it's not to take away anything from the All-Star. I was able to go out there and attend it. I didn't work the game, but I was there celebrating my birthday, and I gotta say that this All-Star in Las Vegas was the best All-Star game that I've attended.
I didn't know, but I heard.
Yes, no, like it was.
You gotta take us there.
Well,
we weren't there, guys. She was there. We weren't.
It was promoted really, really well. First off, you get out there, you see signs, billboards of the players. Hey, the game's today. Got this event today. They had the fan fest down there. It was just really amazing. Like I hadn't seen that before. You know, you had the All Star Friday night, which was separate. You had the All Star, the skills challenge, the 3-point contest was a separate entity. So that it just made it really feel like a complete All Star weekend. Right? And it was just so cool. Like I had really good seats. The tickets were not like ridiculously priced or anything. I actually got a picture with Gloria Johnson. I was just fangirling for a moment. But Cheryl Swoops was there. I got to see her walking around.
So legend.
Yeah, past and present. There were so many players there, and I really think that I know that a few people have been talking about it on Twitter a little bit, that there wasn't enough showing of the representation from the league that was there on the national television broadcast. But there were so many players there. Kim Hampton, I got to see her speak a little bit.
Liberty, right?
Yeah. Dawson, they had like this question thing afterwards in FanFest. So it was just all the access that people had to players. I mean, we're walking out after the game. You got Natasha Howard just walking, signing autographs. Asia Wilson walking down, signing autographs. Like everybody was just so open, and it was just so great because, the fans were right there interfacing with the players in a way that you normally don't see in regular games, and it was just really special.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And of course there will be an All-Star game next year.
Because of the Olympics.
They have a year to work on that 2 players per team situation.
Yeah. But I gotta say though, the only negative thing about Vegas is just it was really hot. Okay, it was really hot, and the grasshopper situation was a little gross. But
really,
I don't know, some type of migration or something going on.
Oh my God!
And they were just flying all over the place. It was some places where they were run over, like they were all there, and then they were all dead because it was too hot. It was just yeah. No, it was bad. When we left, it was 114. So
114.
So want to thank you for listening to the Soaring Wings show on the W-insidr podcast network. I am Arie Graham at WNBA Love on Twitter, at WNBA_Love on Instagram.
And I'm Dorothy J. Gentry on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, so the debate on Twitter so far, the one that's kind of been getting a little heated and testy here lately, is the Rookie of the Year debate.
Wow.
So front runners are our Arike Ogunbowale and Minnesota Lynx Napheesa Collier. But let's take a listen to what Coach Agler has to say about it.
She should be leading the pack in that. With everything that's on her shoulders, how defenses are playing her, like they're playing her like she's our number one option. In a lot of ways, we try to run a lot of stuff for her. We want the ball in her hands. So when you get pro teams that are trying to focus on you like that, I don't care who you are, it's difficult. And then you put it into a rookie's hand like Arike. It's a tremendous challenge, but I'm really proud of how she's responded and handled it.
So we heard what Coach had to say. I understand that you recently dropped a story out on The Athletic. You guys need to make sure you subscribe to The Athletic. I'm telling you, it is some fire content coming out there from all sides. And Miss Dorothy here has been dropping some heat, let me tell you. But you're only going to see the full thing if you get that subscription. They got deals all the time. And it's not just for WNBA. You got football season coming up. It's going to be good for all year. But but it's really special for that WNBA content. So let the people know. Case for Arike for Rookie of the Year.
Yes. My colleague and I, Katie Davidson, she covers the Minnesota Lynx for The Athletic. So she and I together, we co-authored a piece on the case for Rookie of the Year from both perspectives. Me as the beat writer for the Wings and her as the beat writer for the Lynx. Of course, she made the case for Collier, and I made the case for Arike. And you guys really need to check out this story because there's some interesting things that we have to say about both players. But we already know that Arike has quite a bit on her shoulders, right now. She's put up a lot of impressive numbers. She's done a really great job with what's been given her. As a rookie, she has more on her shoulders than others do. She doesn't have the benefit of veteran leaders or mentors to help her. Of course, with Skylar out, with Taylor out, Lori was gone for a while. It's a really young team, and then you have Collier. She has Sylvia Fowles, first ballot Hall of Famer. Of course, Odyssey Sims making it do, what it do now, her first year on that team. So, she has some veteran scorers there for her. And then we also have the fact that she's playing out of position, on most possessions. She's a two guard naturally. She played all through college. Well, of course, with Skylar being gone now, she's been playing a lot at the point. And she's had to kind of shift her mindset, get players in position and help them get their shots as well as get her shots. So she has a lot going on there. And she hasn't even played a full WNBA season yet. That's a lot on her plate. And then the main thing is that you have teams, building their schemes, to stop her. They're targeting her. And that's a lot, to deal with, for a rookie. So, and she's been handling it very well, So I think that for those reasons, as well as her prolific scoring, which has picked up, she's had about 7 20-plus point games so far this season. She won Rookie of the Month. She's making her teammates look better as well. So there are a lot of reasons why Arie but for the rest, you need to pick up the Athletic or take a look at the Athletic.
Yeah, go ahead and check that out. I will definitely be checking that out. Like I said, we're recording the day before it drops, but it's going to already be there. So make sure you guys get those subscriptions to the Athletic WNBA, okay? So for me, I mean, you guys know I'm a fan of this team, so I'm just going to support him. When I did my personal midseason awards, everybody from the Wings had an award. But Arie, especially, she's a leader on this team.
Yeah.
There is a lot being put on her shoulders. You have opposing teams that are game planning for her specifically. That's not happening with Nafisa. Yeah, okay, she's doing good defense on opposing players. Yeah, she's been kind of the steady Betty as far as numbers and things like that. But Arie is emerging as a leader off top on our team, regardless of the record.
Right.
Look at the stats. Look at how teams are game planning for her. The teams are coming in to making sure they stop her first and then the rest of us.
Right.
It's not happening that way out in Minnesota. So off top, she should be Rookie of the Year. I believe that she's going to make a really good case for Rookie of the Month in August. And then what are we going to do? I think this matchup up in Minnesota on the 22nd will be a good one to see, because we'll get to look at both of them going head-to-head. And who knows, maybe that'll be our first road win too. Maybe a statement there.
Right.
But Arie for Rookie of the Year, no question, period. It's over.
There you go. You heard it here first.
That's right. So, no, make sure you add us when she gets that award. And even when she doesn't, because it's still wrong. All right. So, just a quick little wrap up. Like I said, we're recording this on Monday the 5th, but we have 2 road games coming up. Currently, Connecticut is still sitting at the top of the standings.
Yeah, they found a way. They underwent a little... they had dropped to 2 or 3, but then they found their way back, and they're riding a serious 7-game win streak. They say Jonquil Jones for my MVP at the beginning of the season. I said that. I know right now Elena Del Don is, I guess those are the 2 front runners, and right now EDD is getting a lot of love, but I'm sticking with Jonquil. Yeah, they're at 16-6, so yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to be really tight. Just coming up for all teams for this record. LA has a really favorable schedule out of everyone. There are 13 games left for them, and 9 of them are going to be at home. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, and you still got Dallas still down there knocking at the door.
Right. You see the Seattle Storm for a minute. We thought they had figured it out without Sue Bird and their stars, and now they're on a 3-game losing streak right now. The Lynx we were just talking about, they're on a 4-game losing streak. So at any given time, a day, the standings their shift.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that the top 3 and 4 may be pretty settled, but the others, you know, especially right around um, 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to get that last
The
spot.
last spot.
I remember last season it came down to the final game with the Aces in order for the Wings to get in. We could be looking at a situation like that again. I mean, you just never know. But once we get this first road win, and we will get this road win, like I said, the monkey will be off the back. There won't be any pressure. And as I stated at the beginning of the show, the Malice of Dallas, they will be killing some playoff dreams coming here towards the end. Like with us playing Connecticut twice, having already beat them with the possibility of sweeping them, we could mess up their seeding. We could force them into a playoff, a play-in instead of having a bye week. Same thing for LA if they get in there because they know where they want to be. They know that they don't want to have to play that first round. Everyone's is vying for that bye week so they can have that rest. And I think Dallas is going to be one of the major teams that is going to mess that up, regardless if we're in playoff position or not.
Right. And as we get ready to wrap up, I know that a lot of you have been on Twitter asking when will Skylar return, when will Mariah, you know, join in the beginning. So with 12 games left, we still aren't sure about Skylar, but I'm going to go ahead and say probably not.
Yeah,
probably not. I did ask Greg Bibb, the president and CEO of the Wings, about Mariah, and he commented, and this was just yesterday, he said, I was hopeful we would see her in a Dallas Wings uniform this year. However, with the calendar now in August, that seems increasingly less likely. So remember, sometime around June, he emphatically stated that we would see Mariah Jefferson in a Dallas Wings uniform this season. She even came to a game, you know, and was there. So that has now dropped. So last 12 games, we're not going to see her either. So the team we have, the roster that's out there on the floor that's hustling, they're going to have to pull it out.
Yeah. We're gonna have to find a way to close out these games. It's good because before we were having games where we were losing by quite a bit, getting blown out at times. I had a bit of a setback on that Aces game on the not too long ago where they just weren't playing themselves into being able to win. But now we're seeing ourselves be closer in these last couple of minutes. So if they can find a way to just clamp down, get it together, not have those lapses on defense, no foul, because you know they're going to blow that whistle. Them whistles have been loud and frequent against Dallas. So it's one thing to have to play against another team. It's another to have to go against the opposing team and the referees. Yeah, I'm saying it. It's not an excuse. You can look at the numbers of who's going to the free throw line and who's not. And it's been a real disadvantage for the Dallas Wings. But, I mean, we'll see. So
the Malice of Dallas, as you said in the beginning.
The Malice of Dallas, you guys beware. So I do want to talk about, I do have a story coming here pretty soon. Actually about Teresa Plaisance. She's going to be dropping this week. It was really good talking to her, and there's going to be a feature from another player that's a really good friend of hers that you guys are going to want to check out. So make sure you look out for that this week. Should be coming out around Thursday, around the same time this podcast should be dropping. But I will tweet it out like, we got to give our girls some shine, you know. Making the case.
Been steady.
Making the case for Rookie of the Year with the Athletic. You got what I got coming out with Teresa Plaisance on womenshoopsworld.com. So just make sure you guys are following us to get that exclusive Dallas Wings content.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
Okay, so hopefully by the time we return next week, we will have a couple of road wins under our belt. Even if not, I know that we're going to have some good showings. Again, we want to thank you for listening to the Soaring Wings show on the W-insidr podcast network.
I'm Dorothy J. Gentry on Twitter and on Instagram at The Athletic. Make sure you check us out.
Yeah, get that subscription. And I'm at WNBA Love on Twitter, at WNBA_Love on Instagram. Y'all follow me on Instagram now. I'm trying to get them numbers up, okay? But it's good to be back again. I'm ready to finish the season strong, and I'm really excited to see what the team is going to do. So,
all right. See you guys next week.
See you next week.